I'm really starting to like RC boats here on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at another one. This is the FTX Moray. This thing is brand new. It's also really cheap. Now I have already featured its bigger brother on the channel, so I'm very excited to get this thing out. So let's not waste any time, let's get straight into it. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new FTX Moray. This is a tiny little 35cm speedboat. This thing is seriously cheap. It actually comes in at about £40. I'm not sure what that is in dollars, but I know for a fact it's extremely cheap. Now, like I mentioned, I have already featured the larger brother to this here on the channel, and that was a few weeks ago now. If you haven't already seen that video, I will leave a link in the description below for you to head over and check out the FTX Vortex. So we're going to do a couple of different things with this today. First up, we'll get it unboxed, we'll find out what we get, we'll take a closer look at the boat itself, we'll then get it out and find out how it performs. So let's not waste any time, let's get it unboxed and find out what we get. So in the box you get a black and white manual which does cover all the basic stuff you need to know to get going. You've got a rubber nose cone which is going to help to absorb any impacts you may have. Battery wise, we've got an 800 mAh lithium ion battery. This should get the job done and give us a nice amount of runtime. We've got a USB charger which has a power output of 1.3 amps an hour, so it should get our little 800 mAh battery charged in just over half an hour. We've got a spare prop and we've got a little spanner. You also get a stand for the boat, and all you have to do is slot the pieces together. And finally, moving on to the transmitter. Now this is a stick type transmitter. I'm not a massive fan of these. I do prefer pistol grip style transmitters, but this will get the job done. It does feel a little bit cheap, but it does have some nice features, including the ability to adjust your dual rate. It also has an out of range alarm, a low battery alarm, and it does also feature a screen which does display your battery percentage, your remaining battery, when it's actually in the boat. Not a bad little transmitter, but I am a big fan of the pistol style transmitters. So we've had a look at what we get in the box. There's only one thing left to do, and that is to have a look at the little boat itself. It really does look incredible, especially for the price, so let's do that now. And here it is then, and I think it looks great. I'm a massive fan of the colour scheme. I really like the grey, the red and the black. It is quite a tiny boat, and compared to its bigger brother, the FTX Vortex, it is definitely noticeable, and I'll show you a quick comparison now. And as you can see, it is a little bit smaller than the Vortex, but still not a bad size considering the price. So what we'll do is take the two plastic covers off, and we'll have a quick look at what is going on inside the boat, and then we'll get it out and give it a little test run. Now the first cover is magnetic. I'm going to see if I can do this one-handed. The second one, you have to release these little latches. It's actually a lot easier when you've got two hands. But we're getting there. See if we can get this off. We'll take this waterproof cover off. Just like that. And as you can see, you have got a rubber seal all the way around, which is going to help to keep the water out. Now, taking a closer look at the inside of this boat, we've got a tiny little micro servo there, which is going to give you your rudder control. We've also got a water-cooled brushed motor, which I believe is about a 370 sized brushed motor. It could be a little bit smaller, but I do think it's about a 370. Water cooling, and as you can see, we've got your prop shaft down in the middle there. There is a Velcro strap, which is where you secure your battery in, and that is pretty much all there is going on under the covers. So we've had a look at what we get in the box. We've also had a closer look at the boat itself. There really is only one thing left to do, and that is to actually get this out. We'll see how it performs. We're going to get the drone out today as well to give you some overhead shots. I'm very interested to see how this compares against the Vortex, which is the bigger brother, and also the jet boat, which I recently featured on the channel as well. And if you haven't seen those videos, I will leave some links in the description below for you to head over and check those out. But let's not waste any more time. Let's head out and see how this little FTX boat performs. Right, so it's finally time to test out this little FTX Moray. It is a lovely morning, so let's not waste any time. Let's get this thing fired up and see how it performs. I'm very interested to see how this performs compared to the bigger brother, the FTX Vortex. Oh, straight away you can tell it's a lot faster. This thing is leaping out the water. Oh yeah, this is a hell of a lot faster than the Vortex. Now this being a little bit smaller as well, it definitely feels a little bit more agile. If you hit left or right, it changes direction really quick. Apologies, it's really windy today, just in case we're getting any wind noise on the microphone. Now that is full throttle, and let's try and do a quick turn. It turns to the right more sharply than it does to the left. Yeah. Now comparing this to obviously the only other two boats that we have done on the channel, one being the Vortex, this is obviously a bit quicker, it's a little bit more agile, and then the jet boat that we did as well, the Flytec V008, that was a lot of fun as well, but that behaved a little bit differently compared to this and the Vortex, because those two boats do have rudders compared to the Flytec having a jet propulsion system. So you need to be on the throttle at all times to be able to turn. Whereas with this, even if you come off the throttle, you know, or if you go slower, you can still change direction. What I really like about this is it gives you a readout as well, sort of how much battery you've got left. So you're not really guessing. I really do like that, that's a good feature. I'm going to slow this down a little bit and see how this performs at a slower pace. And as you can see, it is quite graceful. It does just glide across the water. And it looks great doing it as well. Now this is another cheap boat. This comes in at around about £40. Which is, you know, again, a very cheap price for what you're getting. This is really going to put a smile on your face no matter how old you are, or, you know, whether it's for yourself or one for the kids. This thing is going to be a lot of fun. I love how it just hops out of the water. Now guys, I've said it before, I'm not an expert when it comes to boats. You know, this is the third boat I've ever owned. And I've got a long way to go before I become an expert. Not even an expert, just before my knowledge improves. But you have to start somewhere, and you know, we're not doing too bad. Very smooth. If we had to compare all three of them, I think this is probably going to be the most fun so far. And that is more than likely because it is the quickest. It sounds really good as well. Guys, this thing is seriously smooth. As you can see, we have slowed down a little bit just so we can enjoy this, test out the handling. And like I said, it is a very agile little boat. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I really do like how this little boat performs. This is my favourite so far. Now, there will come a point where we do feature quite a lot of boats on the channel, and I'll be able to give you, you know, some better comparisons, but definitely so far, I think this is my favourite. And there we go then, we have given the FTX Moray its first test run. Now, I have to say, this is my favourite boat that I've done on the channel so far. Not only is it the fastest, but it's very, very agile in the water. It's a very windy day today. It's very choppy out there. Compared to last time when we come down, the water was nice and still, and even so, this boat performed really, really well. Compared to the other two, this is by far the best. Not only that, but it's also the cheapest. This really is a great performer. So if I had to make one complaint about this little boat, I would have to say it's the transmitter. I'm really not a fan of it. I do prefer the pistol grip style transmitters, but that's just me being really, really picky. We have to remember this is a 40-pound boat, and you know, we can't sort of complain too much. I found out recently as well that you can actually clip on a Lego character on there if you want to. I think that's a great little feature that they've included, and I'm going to have to find my best Lego character and stick him or her on there as the driver. But yeah, overall a very, very good performing little boat. Very pleased with it, and I can't wait to get it back in the water and give it another run. So we're going to leave the video there today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the little FTX Moray in action. If you did, be sure to drop a comment down below and let me know what you think of this. If you want to see more boats on the channel, feel free, drop a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see. We've got so much coming up. September's going to be a very busy month indeed. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out. And guys, we'll leave it there today, and I'll see you again soon on the next one. Take care.